from the University of Laverne. This is Foothill Community News.
Hello, I'm Carson Leathers.
And I'm Ariana Martinez. Welcome to Foothill Community News. Topping our news, tax day is around the corner, and there is no escaping the IRS when it comes to paying your taxes. If you are still looking for a reliable place to get your taxes done for free, VITA is here to help. VITA is a program where University of Laverne accounting students provide free income tax services for moderate and low income taxpayers and students.
They take a class and then they pass certain levels of certification in order to prepare the taxes.
The service is available every Saturday from now until April 7th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bring a photo ID, social security card, and your tax documents. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are preferred. Call 909-448-4028 or email vita@laverne.edu.
The IRS is warning of a tax scam that happens every year. Criminals looking to take your money make threatening phone calls saying they are the IRS and that you owe a huge debt. The scammers tend to target senior citizens. The IRS says it would never call you about a tax bill. Instead, they would send you an official letter.
You might have noticed that your water bill has spiked in the recent months. Reporter Fernando Alvarez digs a little deeper into the prices.
We all need water to live. But in Laverne, the cost of this pressure research is higher than it was last year.
I bought this home last year, and when I bought this home, I noticed that my water bill was gradually increasing every month. And I thought it just could be because I just moved and I just bought the home while it was adjusting. But now it seems like it just keeps on going up, and my last water bill was enormously high.
The new water rate went into effect in October and includes a 40% increase in the meter rate and an 8% increase in the camaraderie rate, which is the amount of water you use. For the average customer, that means their bill is about $25 higher.
Since January, we noticed that there was an increase in my water bill, and we thought it was very strange. So now we're going to have to use it less and less.
We try to conserve as much as possible to keep our water bill down, but ever since it's increased, we don't know what to do. Maybe you can tell me.
According to the Laverne Water District, the rate increase is needed to cover the cost of operating the water system. They say it was the first time they have raised both the meter and camaraderie rate together since 2009. Javier Valladolid has lived in Laverne for more than 20 years and said this is the first time he's seen a water bill so high. He's making changes in his daily activities.
I have lived here for more than 20 years and have never seen an increase in the water bill before. So now I have to water my plants once a week or wait for it to rain.
While you can't change the water rate, you can take steps to make sure you are not wasting water. Check your pipes and faucet to make sure they are not leaking. Those water drops can increase your bills. Reporting from Laverne, Foothills Community News, I am Fernando Alvarez.
Hiking is a popular activity for most people in the area since the mountains are so close. But have you ever worried about needing help while on your trail? Luckily, we have the San Dimas Mountain Rescue Team to help. Reporter Siobhan Rogers had a chance to speak with them during training.
The team is composed of men and women from a variety of different occupations, aged 28 to 55. They are all volunteers with one goal, to help people who need rescuing.
When we can get out there and we can make a difference, get them back to their families, that look on their faces when you walk back into a command post with a victim is just something you can't put into words.
Anthony Lindheimer was a reserve deputy sheriff for the last 13 years in Los Angeles County. It is his first time training with the team.
The most excitement that I have, I'll try to be out there. I mean, I'm desperate to try to make it through it and go through the scenarios, go through all the training. It's a very intensive training.
The group of 11 people meet every Saturday and undergo demanding workouts and training in rescue skills.
We're not only doing ropes, we're also doing hanging on the side of the cliff, hanging from a helicopter. There's multiple things that involves being a part of a team like this.
After 6 months of conditioning, the team is ready to accept calls and head to the mountains. They search for the lost or injured hikers, cars and planes that have crashed in the mountains, and perform fire and flood evacuations. Although the work isn't easy for the rescue volunteers, the job is rewarding.
Rescue! The most important thing for me will be the self-satisfaction of helping somebody without the need to get paid for it.
The San Dimas Mountain Rescue Team serves the community not only by rescue, but also by giving talks and demonstrations to civic youth on the techniques of safely hiking and camping in the mountains. For Foothill Community News, Siobhan Rogers.
When we come back, we'll show you how dogs can bring comfort to students.
And we have a furry friend who's hoping to steal your heart. It's all right here on Foothill Community News.
Serving the nation's poor and vulnerable regardless of faith, and advocating on their behalf. We are Catholic Charities.
If you're bored and looking for something to do, look no further. Here's what's happening around the town.
Join the San Dimas Chamber of Commerce and enjoy a cup of joe. The Chamber Coffee Hour is an opportunity to exchange business cards, ideas, and get referrals from other local business leaders. It takes place on March 13th from 8:30 to 9:30 at the Railside Cafe, and the coffee is free.
Calling all men, come hear how you can support the women's movement. University of La Verne is holding a special talk on March 14th from 11:30 until 1 in the Abraham Campus Center, room 205. This event is free and open to the public.
The San Dimas Chamber of Commerce is holding an event for new and career-changing professionals. You'll have the opportunity to meet prominent business and community leaders. The event is free and takes place on March 14th at 5:30 at the Broken Yoke Cafe in Glendora.
Come mingle at the social event of the season. This year's Toast of the Town will feature local cuisine, award-winning wines, and live musical entertainment. It will be held at the Villa Verde Country Club in San Dimas on March 15th from 5:30 until 8:30. Tickets are $40.
The 2018 robotics competition is coming to the Fairplex on March 15th. Watch some impressive feats of engineering in Expo Hall 9. Doors open at 9 a.m. daily and admission is free.
Calling all bird lovers, Everybody's Bird Mart, the original and very first Bird Mart, will be back at the Fairplex on March 18th. Admission is $10 for adults and free for children 11 and under. The event starts at 9:30 a.m. in Expo Hall 4. Check out their website, everybodysbirdmart.com, for more information.
Are you good at floral design or just love plants? Well, Claremont Flower Show is the place you grow. It will be held at the Claremont Women's Club on March 23rd and 24th. It's free and people of all ages are allowed to enter. There will be awards for all experience levels.
All are welcome to come hear an interactive presentation from University of La Verne's Dean Lawrence Potter. He will be discussing the origin of interracial prejudice within communities of color and how this impacts the classroom. The talk will be held March 26th at 11:30 a.m. in the President's Dining Room.
Students at the University of La Verne are learning how to cope with stress with the help of a few doggy pals. The university brought in 4 therapy dogs to relieve some of the stress students experience. When heading into exams, therapy dogs are trained to provide affection and comfort through their interactions with people. A study by Virginia Commonwealth University found that students felt less stressed prior to exams after spending time with therapy dogs. The dogs will be back on campus to calm students as they gear up for finals at the end of the semester.
If you could use a little therapy animal of your own, there are plenty of rescue dogs and cats right here in our community looking for happy homes.
I went to the Inland Valley Humane Society, where our featured pet could be just the dog you've been looking for. I am here at the Inland Valley Humane Society with Dr. Kinney, and we're here with little Dorothy. So tell us a little bit about Dorothy.
So Dorothy is approximately 5 to 6 years old. We think she's a chow mix. She's kind of a fluffy girl. She is a great dog. She's very loving, very sweet. She does not like other dogs, so we're hoping to find her a home that doesn't have any other dogs. She's very mellow. She's very stubborn, so whoever adopts her needs to be aware of that. But she loves to eat and just be pet, and she's very curious, and she's very, very intelligent. All you have to do is call and ask for Dorothy the chow, and or you can contact me directly, and I will direct you in the right direction. Or you can contact our adoption supervisor, Victor Favila.
If you'd like to adopt Dorothy, contact the Inland Valley Humane Society at ivhsspca.org. Coming up, an inside look at local sports and a special basketball player at Damien High School.
All that and more after the break. Stay tuned to Foothill Community News.
I've won Olympic gold medals. But this is a race I really want to win.
10 people in America drown every day.
It's the race to save lives.
1 in 5 kids are younger than me.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
Swimming became my passion. It changed my life. And now you can do the same for someone that you love. Drowning is preventable. Did you know that swim lessons reduce the risk by 88%? Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now, before it's too late.
Make us fly!
I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. The USA Swimming Foundation, saving lives and building champions.
And here's Anthony joining us for sports.
So what's going on with our local sports, Anthony?
As the high school basketball season winds down, most players will decide to take some time off. But for Damien High basketball standout Cameron Shelton, his mindset is to prepare for the next level.
You know, he uses this phrase, why not? Like, why can't you do something? Why can't you be the best at this? Why can't you be great at basketball and also be great at school?
These are words that the 6'2" Damien High point guard says he lives by daily. These words originally came from Shelton's favorite NBA player, Russell Westbrook.
You know, going 100% all the time, being a leader, you know, being vocal, never backing down, you know, fearing nobody, and just going at guys, you know, each and every play, each and every day. And he does that, and that's something that I really try to implement in my game every day.
Shelton is a former Chino Hills Husky. He played there his first 2 years of high school before transferring to Damien High in 2016. He says his experience on the Chino Hills teams helped him to become the player he is now.
Taught me how to be a varsity player, taught me how to have championship pedigree, taught me how to win.
After a high school basketball career that includes over 1,000 points scored, multiple Damien High basketball records, all Inland Valley team, baseline league selection, and a CIF championship, Shelton is headed to Northern Arizona on a full athletic scholarship. He says he is ready to up his game even more.
Because there's a whole new challenge. So I was happy with the stuff I was able to do individually, but that's over now. So I really have to look forward, look towards the future and, you know, my new goals and new challenges at the Division I level.
The baseball season is still young, and UOV baseball looks like they're getting into the swing of things. The Leos beat Claremont Mud Scripps 2 out of 3 games over the weekend. They won 12-1 in 7 innings in the first game. They lost Game 2, 7-1, but came back in Game 3 for a close win, 7-6. The Leos' record stands at 7-2 in SCIAC play. Jacob Thomas led with 6 hits, a double, a triple, and 5 RBIs, earning him Baseball SCIAC Player of the Week. The ULV track and field team began SCIAC competition at their multi-duel at Occidental College earlier this month. Leaving their mark for the Leopards were seniors Catalina Lee Kim and Joshua Francis. Lee Kim took first place in 3 of the events she competed in: the 100-meter hurdles, long jump, and triple jump. Francis also took home 3 first-place finishes: the 200-meter, 400-meter, and 4x4 relay as the anchor. Both Lee Kim and Francis also received SCIAC Athlete of the Week honors. In high school baseball, one of the area's biggest tournaments, the Frozen Ropes Classic, has just wrapped up. We had a couple of local teams right in the mix of it all. Going into the final weekend of the tournament, Bonita Baseball was 2-1 with wins over West Covina High School 3-0 and Walnut High School 3-1. San Dimas High School was right there with Bonita at 2 wins and 1 loss. San Dimas won their games against Los Osos High School 3-0 and Upland High School 1-0. Damien Baseball was not part of the Frozen Ropes Classic, but it had been hard at work, beating Pauley High School in 2 games 21-2. The Spartans also faced off against Corona High School on March 6th, but lost 9-3. That's all for the sports for now. Back to you, Carson and Ariana.
Thanks, Anthony. After the break, we've got a woman on the move in our community.
So stay right here with Foothill Community News.
Hi, I'm Hillary Duff. As a mom, I'm proud to support the March of Dimes in helping more women have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. That's why I walk in March for Babies. The money we raise funds research and local programs that help babies overcome the challenges of premature birth and birth defects. Sign up today at marchforbabies.org. Together, we can help make healthier babies possible for thousands of families.
This month is Women's History Month, and one woman is breaking new ground right here in our community. The Laverne Police Department welcomed their first female captain, Colleen Flores. Flores joined the department in January and has more than 23 years of experience in law enforcement. She grew up in our area and graduated from Upland High School and Mount San Antonio College. Congratulations, Captain Flores.
Well, that's it for us here on Foothill Community News, but stay tuned for our special report coming up right now. I'm Carson Leathers.
And I'm Ariana Martinez. Thanks for watching. Welcome to another edition of FCN Extra. We all know the dangers of drinking and driving, and to that, a new threat. Driving while under the influence of narcotics, marijuana, or even prescription drugs.
It's called drug driving, and the number of people doing it is on the rise and includes young people and older adults. In our FCN Extra report, Under the Influence, we take a closer look at drugged and drunk driving.
Each year in the U.S., over 35% of traffic collision fatalities involve alcohol. Drunk driving is the #1 cause of death in our roadways. When someone makes the choice to get behind the wheel of a vehicle while impaired, their life and the lives of others can change forever. For 10 years, Griffin Halco has been living with the consequences of a choice he made to drive while drunk.
I was involved in a drunk driving car collision on March 25th, 2008. And so we got some dinner. We had a couple of drinks. I think I had maybe one at that point. During that dinner is that my mother called me. And her conversation was, hey, be safe tonight. If you need anything, call me, I'll come get you. Don't drive. And I assured her I wasn't driving, which was a lie. And the peer pressure started again once I said, okay, it's time to go home. Come on, one more place, one more place.
Griffin, his best friend, and his girlfriend got back in the car. Griffin was driving and failed to yield to an oncoming car.
We were hit on Rolling Knoll, I believe it's Drive, and Grand Avenue in the city of Diamond Bar at a yield green light. I was making a left-hand turn, and we were hit by a lifted Ford Excursion. My passenger, my front passenger, my buddy, was killed instantly. My rear passenger, my girlfriend at the time, she broke her collarbone and lacerated her liver.
Griffin fractured his skull and broke his neck. His alcohol level was nearly 4 times the legal limit.
I made a conscious decision to get behind the wheel. And the consequences that follow that are mine and mine only to own.
Although drunk driving fatalities have declined in recent years, another problem is becoming more prevalent: driving while drugged.
Drug driving is being under the influence of anything other than alcohol. Prescription medications, Marijuana, anything, heroin, any illegal drug.
1 in 4 drivers test positive for a drug that can impair their ability to drive.
I pick up and she's yelling, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead. I'm like, calm down, Jiba, who died? She's like, Malik's dead, Malik's dead, Malik's dead.
Malik is Muhammad's sister. The car accident that took her life involved a driver who was a friend who had been drinking and taking drugs. On September 28, 2013, after a night of partying, 6 people, including Malik, packed into a 5-passenger vehicle. The driver's blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. As the driver sped down the street, he hit a guardrail at the Scott Road off-ramp and the 5 freeway.
Boom, the car exploded. All the bodies were burnt beyond recognitions. No one knew their bodies would be on fire in 5 minutes.
The accident made news headlines.
5 people died, 1 girl survived. The biggest car crash in Birmingham history. And I couldn't believe, like, my 19-year-old sister is getting buried right now, right here. Like, that broke me to my core to see that.
Public service ads like this are trying to get the message out about dangers of drunk driving.
All of these are dangerous. But when you throw this into the mix, you're just adding fuel to the fire. Don't let your future go up in flames. Drugged driving is impaired driving.
But getting people to understand the real impact is something that groups like MAD have been trying to drive home.
There is the awareness out there. It's providing that to the local education as far as local schools, community events, and having those conversations with parents and the youth of, the awareness of this is what's currently available and what the dangers are.
The group has been working for 37 years, holding school and community events to educate and empower youth. But she says that it comes down to individuals' decisions about drinking and driving.
Everyone has a choice. Everyone has a choice to get behind the wheel. Everyone has a choice to make a plan, to make it a safe one. So there is definitely an awareness. Unfortunately, for those who are under the age of 18, they tend to feel superior and nothing can harm them, but they're doing more harm for themselves than good.
Targeting those young drivers is what the California Highway Patrol is trying to do through its program called Every 15 Minutes.
It's to raise awareness for teen drivers, juniors and seniors in high school. They're going to proms. Pretty soon they're going to be, if they're not driving already, they're going to be. And it's just to raise awareness.
The program is a 2-day event that recreates a graphic drunk driving scenario and allows students to experience the harsh realities of a drunk driving accident.
I think a lot of the teens and a lot of people are pretty aware of what could happen. Unfortunately, some of the younger kids and drivers, I think, are the ones that need more of the education, if you will.
For Griffin, the reality of the impact of a drunk driving collision didn't sink in until it was too late.
And I knew damn well what the consequence could be when you drive drunk. By no means was it planned. By no means was it wanted. If I knew what was coming, I wouldn't have drove. But in a sense, we do know what's coming, and we choose to disregard it anyway.
Today, Griffin hopes his experience will be a lesson to the youth.
I can't bring my buddy back. I can't change what had happened. But I can do my best from here on out to take the experience and the loss that we have because of it and help others to not experience the same thing.